Erica Olsen, and welcome to Inside SoCal. Smell is one of our key senses, something the perfume industry has capitalized on for centuries. But access into the industry is challenging, something this institution is hoping to change.
I wanted to learn. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna learn, no problem, you know? And then I was like, oh wait, I literally can't unless I apply for this program in the south of France, if they accept me. There was all these hoops, so the Institute was meant to sort of mitigate that.
The Institute for Art and Olfaction opened in 2012 as a place of education, creation, and experimentation with fragrance, offering classes and opportunities that had once been limited to exclusive schools in Europe.
The point is to make it feel super accessible.
How do you begin to build a scent?
Start with your intuition.
I know I like, especially this time of year, cedar. I like herbal things. I like warming spices. Where do we go from here?
That tells me a lot.
Okay.
So I would start you with something called Amber Accord. Is this warm to you?
Oh yeah.
Yes. You can do sort of a paper blend.
Oh.
And it starts to come together into like a little bit of a fragrance. We teach people really the basics. We give them materials, aromatic materials, and we get them seated at one of our tables, and we give them a pipette and have at it.
Okay. Survey says?
It sort of allows you to discover yourself and discover your own memories, your own sort of cultural associations. And mainly, it's a creative practice and it's a lot of fun.
When you host a class here, talk about what people experience and when they leave, how they might have changed a little bit in their perception and how that makes you feel.
I think the thing I like the most about the Institute is I love people, you know, and so people come in, at the beginning of class, everyone's a little, you know, kind of keeping to themselves. And by the end of class, they're like smelling each other's arms. It completely breaks down barriers. And I think that's what I like best about running this place is how people super connect through this sense that we all share.
For Matthew Sanchez, it was just an ordinary day until an idea changed everything.
It was kind of like divine intervention, to be honest, and by that I mean a dentist appointment. I pulled up a magazine. It was a GQ magazine, funny enough, and in it they had an article about the top 10 like classic fragrances and the perfumers behind them. And it was kind of like a strike of curiosity. It hit me like, perfumers? What do you mean? Like there's an individual or individuals behind the scents that you and I wear. It really started off as a fascination that then I became obsessed with. This is what I was using.
But reading could only get him so far. Matthew needed to get his hands on raw materials. He needed to experiment in order to build his company, Mateo Parfums, which is when he discovered the Institute of Art and Olfaction.
What was your first perfume that you made, and how did you go about creating that scent? What did you want to have it be?
I drew a lot of inspiration from my own childhood, my own upbringing, and I come from a multicultural family. So my father is Mexican and Sicilian, and my mother is Ghanaian American, so West African. And as you can imagine, just from hearing that, it was a very fragrant household, very colorful, very vivid.
Matthew combined these influences to create the notes in his debut scent, Celadon.
I created an horchata amber accord. So if you're familiar with the delicious Mexican drink, right? It's vanilla, it's ricey, it's cinnamony, and milky. It's all of that, and I love the way it smells and tastes. One of my customers who had bought this in Europe had never even heard of horchata before. I'm happy that I kind of can be the person to introduce that to the world.
You know, it's so funny now that you've explained the horchata component of it.
Are you picking it up?
I can't not smell that. It's so lovely. It's like delicious.
Celadon was a recent finalist at the Art of Olfaction Awards, a global celebration of independent fragrance led by the Institute where Matthew began, and just one of his full circle moments.
We've been in some publications now so far with GQ, Allure Magazine, New York Times.
I love that you were published in GQ. Now that's full circle.
Total full circle. I remember my eyes lit up when that even happened. I was like, whoa, you're the magazine that started it all, you know? Literally.
That's all for us. I'm Erica Olsen for Inside SoCal, reminding you to stop and smell the roses.
Inside SoCal is presented by Dignity Health. Hello, human kindness.